Hello folks and welcome back to Mindustry. We're going to take a look here. Last time I went through and captured sector 200 or something. We made it into a nice big factory area, which I'm very excited about. But today what I want to look at is one that was under attack last time, 229, that looked like it was going to be a good spot to go through and set up some things. So I'm going to go in there and take a look and see if we can make that into a factory. Mainly because we just need to make sure we have enough resources. That's going to be like the theme of today, is getting more resources. Because we've definitely fallen short on that front. But you can see there's just massive areas of everything in this world. Just so much stuff that we can do things with. And I'm just really wanting to play with all of the things that we could potentially do here in order to get this set up. So let's take a look here and just explore what we currently have, what we need, and we'll kind of get rolling from there. So we have a military base that's all set and fine. Everything's going there, no problem. And things are feeding into the core. Not that they really need to, but they are going in without really any concern there for the most part. And then we have this area up here, which has tons of power generation, and you can see that we've already maxed out most of our stuff. So our first step here, we don't have any silicon, so we're going to need to make that first before we do anything else, and then we can kind of roll into our next steps. So let's find a spot. Let's do it right over here, I think. We're going to have to, oh wow, we were way down on everything. Okay, that's not a big deal. We'll get all of that stuff up and running here. Because basically I do want to make a giant factory for lots of things to be able to run this world the way that I think it needs to be run. So we'll get all of that in there. And we just need a really simple graphite press to get started with. So I'll put one there and one there. We'll put that in place. And then we'll do something like that. Come on, go that way. There we go. All right. Oh, I don't even have plastium that I can do anything with because we don't have graphite or silicon. Why is this? You have what you need. Okay, let's just back this up here. Put that there. There we go. It's not going to happen fast, but it will happen, and that's all that really matters for us right now. There we go. And we're just going to get this up to the core, hopefully, as seamlessly as possible. And we'll just join it in with that thorium. I think that will be fine. Alright, let's see what we got here. There we go. Okay. So we have that production going. We'll get faster stuff as soon as we have the opportunity to. I could fly in a whole bunch of stuff. And this area has a ton of phase also. We're going to need to build some launch pads and all that to get that out of here. So let's see. What else do we need to do? We need silicon production. Where do we want that to happen at? That is a great question. So these things are taking too long, so we can add on a couple more, I think. There we go. That should clear out that backlog real fast. We got oil over here. We got, I mean, there's just so much stuff here. This is going to be awesome once we get a chance to really rock and roll with some of this stuff. Now, we are slowly getting graphite, so yeah, you can see that our drills are going to be able to be upgraded here. And it costs basically nothing for that to happen. It's not an expensive thing for us. It only uses up 10 graphite. That's fine. Our next thing that we need to do is some silicon. So we're going to find another good deposit. I think we're going to look at this spot down here. So we'll get a couple of these in place. And then we'll get a couple of these in place. And then we just need the one silicon smelter for now. Actually, let me go use my schematic, because I do have one for this for some reason and nothing else. All right, so just want to try to line that up to the best of my ability. There we go. So that's going to come straight up like that. This is going to come up, over, and down. And then we'll add on some small power because we don't have any big power. All right. Then we'll bring this out. Up this way. Let's see here. How am I going to route this in there nicely? Can I jump here? Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. That's where we're going to make our jump. All right, and we're going to start loading this one up a lot more, but that's fine to get started with at least. So we need to get out here where we have at least some of this that we can really drill up and move more quickly. Looks like our hold up here is going to be all of the sand, so we can fix that and help out. And let's take a look at schematics, and I think we can put one more on here. Yep, and it needs power. There we go. We're doing the work for the most part. And that's what we needed. Some bigger drills to come in here, so we're going to get rid of all of that. We'll get an air blast drill, just see if, there we go, that will work. Get you with that. And I'm going to get rid of these in favor of some bigger power. There we go. Alright, and that should be rocking and rolling here. Again, this is just going to be for internal use, so we're going to kind of just try to fill up these areas. I am going to get some of this taken care of and get some higher capacity stuff in there. There we go. All right. And then we can copy and paste. Why do I keep doing that? All right, let's go over here. We'll do something like that. Boom, ba-doomp, ba-doop. All right, it's not the best setup in the world, but it's working for now, and we're cool. That's good enough for that, so at least we have some production over there. This area needs to get tuned up quite a bit, so we can actually produce real things here. So we're going to go over into the factory area. We want these significantly more, so put in that guy. And that guy, and that guy. We're going to get 3 of them, I think. And then we'll put the pumps in there. This area is going to get shut down for just a second. While we go in and provide some real horsepower to this. There we go. We'll get that taken care of momentarily. And then we'll feed these going in with what they need. And then we should be able just to run those straight into something there. We'll fix that. That path's not going to be what it is. It's going to go into the one up from that, but I want to get at least the initial setup taken care of here. So we're going to get rid of all of that. That's all going to go as well. This guy's going to go into there. Beautiful. And then that's going to go there, and we should be in good shape as long as all of those have power, which they do not currently, but they will. Oh, we need pyrite, that's right. I forgot. What am I making here? No, I don't want silicon crucibles. I hit the wrong thing. I want a multi-press. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Now we should be able to produce all the stuff we need for that. And what I might actually do here is instead of have that join that line, we'll have a second one going down here, and it'll join in there. And I think with the crossover, they'll distribute equally, and then we should be able to fill this thing up much faster. All right, cool. And then we're filling that up. Perfect. That's exactly what we need to do. So I'm a little worried about making all these factories and not having support per se for all of this, but we're just going to kind of go with it and see what we can do. All right. This is fine. We need to actually have better production. You can see we actually are slowing down here because we have that area getting jammed up with all of the things that we're bringing in. And that's one of the problems we're going to run into with this sector, I think, is that we don't have good places to bring things in right now. You can see that this sector is really, really protected, and there's not a lot of places for us to put more things. All right, so we have that. I'm going to want to do a better job of that, but I also want to get stuff set up here. Where are we how are we at on power? We're still doing okay, but we're going to run into power problems here pretty soon, I think. So maybe over here we'll set up another power factory. We can do it right here. It doesn't even need to go into all this. So maybe we'll put a splitter on that. And then we have some RTD generators that are just going to pop their way up and down. There we go. And that should at least allow us to power up a whole bunch more stuff. And we should probably protect it as well. So we'll throw on... What do I want to throw on here? Well, we can just mine more, so it's not a big deal. So we'll throw that into there. This now is going to be only for that. Why do you not have water? There we go. Alright, power-wise, we're doing just fine, and then we need to throw a couple of just defensive measures. We're going to throw some specters right out in front there. We also might want to send out a force projector. And And we can make sure that has water as well. This area is probably going to want to have something to cool it down when it inevitably gets attacked. Alright, how much water do they require? Capacity of 40. It needs... Okay. There we go. We have water for it now. Alright, happy with that. We're happy with our increased energy production, and we can definitely increase it, just wrap this around and do more there, which is fine. But let's go in and start setting up factories to send stuff out for all the things that we know we have and that we don't necessarily need to have here. So these guys are both going to go there. We're going to get some pumps set up there. We'll run that stuff down. There we go. That's all has power now. These are just going to unload into... what do we not have there? We don't have lead? Okay. Unload you into some vaults right now. We need to get lead on to our main branches of stuff here. So I'm just trying to find a spot where we can... where we know we have lead, one, and that we can place it on the stuff. Alright. So our problem right now is we don't really have good ways of getting into our core. So I need to get it onto this plastium belt, which means it needs to come from over here. Do we have the ability to take that from there all the way across? We do. Awesome. Okay. We can plug that into there. We'll make sure all of that has power. And it looks like we have some lead sources over here. Throw that into there. Provide some power for these bad boys. And there we go. Okay. So at least have a little bit of lead going into that area. We have more. Oh, that's thorium. Okay. There's a little bit of lead there. Not worried about that. But now we have that plastium belt getting fully saturated, it looks like. Which is perfect. That's what we need. Okay. Happy with that. It's nothing wild or anything, but it works. This area I'm happy with. It's doing its job, and they're producing constantly. They're not really down at all. This area is doing its thing. All right, so now that we have that, we can go in. We're going to stick some unloaders onto this stuff. Then we can get our launch pads. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And we'll get these set. And they're going to be going to our depot, our main depot. My only concern with the main depot is we're going to have so much stuff flying in there that we might not be able to get it all out. Is that a concern, or am I just being dumb? Because I'm very happy to set this area up as a secondary main depot area if we needed it to. But this setup I really dig. So I can like just grab that, turn it over here and replicate that really easily. Alright, what are we running low on? Lead again. So that is all lead that's now going into space, and like I don't know if this is the best plan or not, but I like it. I like having an offload area in case we lose power or something happens, that we can do all of that and that it's going out. So I guess our next thing here is to set up some real silicon production. We would like probably to have in more lead down the road here. Like, we're actually loading this belt up too much, I think. And I suppose I could... so this doesn't need to actually cross over if we did what I'm thinking here. So I do something like that. Oh, it does need to cross, okay. Oh, okay. I forgot that we had that set up like that. Okay. So let's get rid of that. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. We'll have to get whatchamacallit in there a different way, because this needs thorium to feed these guys, and that's going to be bad news bears if we don't have that. So what I think I can do is bring it in this way. These are just going to go that way. Then that one will stop. This one can be another foreshadow if we wanted it to be. Okay. Happy with that. The only other thing I really need to do here is make sure that I have a pathway going in for this that is going to be thorium based. So I got to find a solution to that. Oh, we filled this one up, huh? Okay, so let's take this instead and go up here and dump it into that one. And our holdup on this guy is that spot. So what do I want to do here? It's more lead, more titanium. I need to make some of the harder things to make too. I'm just not sure how I want to do that. And let's see. So we have all that thorium. I'm actually probably going to steal some of it from here. So let's make a vault. Then we'll stick an unloader on there. And then we can snake that up. And put a nice big vault there. Nice little unloader. And I'm doing this just to ensure that if anything happens to our supply down here, if this belt gets destroyed in any way, shape, or form, we still have stuff stored up. So that's all going through, doing its thing. We can always put an unloader here and then have it feed an additional line of RTG generators, and we'll have that set up. But man, oh man, look at this parade of stuff going in. I love it. I wish plastium conveyors had splitters of some type. I don't... Like, does a router work on these? Oh, it does. That's awesome. Okay, not really. But I guess I could use a sorter, right? Like an inverted sorter. And say, hey, I want one of these resources to head out the other way, and that will work. But it seems like it's catching on. They're doing their thing. That's all we need it to do right now, really. All right, so let's see. There is a big coal area. There's one, there's more, there's more. Okay, oh yeah, we got tons of coal, tons of everything that we need to have to make this place a real powerhouse. Okay, so I think our next goal here is to go in and to try to make silicon crucibles, which need pyrite, which means we need a pyrite mixer. And pyrite mixers require 3 things: coal, lead, and sand. Okay. Well, luckily we have good sources of all that stuff right here. So I need to find a way to make this stuff really efficiently. Like, I want the most efficient small scale version of this that I can. So let me go back into the pyrite mixer and take a look. It needs 0.75, 1.5 per second, 1.5. So coal is the least. Basically, for every 1 coal, it needs 2. Oh, well, yeah, it's labeled there. 2 lead and sand. Okay. So that's 1 of those. We got 1 of those and 1 of those and 2 of those. Okay. We're going to supply all of these with water. I'm going to get rid of that one because I don't like where it's at. And that one I'm not going to do anything with because it has water right there. Okay. Now I need to join all of that stuff. We can just have it flow into a vault, I think, for right now. So I'll have that go there. This one's just going to come out and go up. Same with you. Out and up. Out and up. Down and in. And down and in. Okay. There we go. So we have that stuff flowing in. Nope. We don't have power for that part, so we need to get that. Okay. And then we're going to get a pyrite mixer. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be able to get 4 of them. And my thinking here is that we can just throw unloaders at them. Got that, and then we can just throw that into a vault for right now. And we can see that we're not running out of anything. We're doing just fine on the production end. Somehow we have pyrite in that vault, whatever. And this guy is slowly but surely filling up. Okay, so we have that. Now we need to go in and get the silicon crucibles set up. So that's going to require coal, sand, and pyrite. Luckily, it's in rows of 3, so it's not too big of a deal to do. And I'm just trying to figure out what pathing I want to take here. So I think I want 3 of these things. And let me just double check and see what they need as far. They need 4 coal, 6 sand, and 1 pyrite. Okay, so the pyrite's not going to be a big deal. Let's go in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Junction City. All right, and then we can have that come down, 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 in. Again, I really should be better about using all the tools, but I'm not. Okay, so I think this one is going to be the coal supply. Okay, we got that. We're going to go with an unloader. It's not going to take a ton of that stuff. We're still missing sand and coal. So sand is easy. We can really quickly establish a sand setup here. And I'm just trying to put them all around water so that I don't have to pay for electricity for those pumps. Power-wise, how are we doing? We're still doing okay. All right, I think these are each going to be individually supplied instead of being connected all together. How do I want to do this? Okay, so let's put junctions across all of that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we can still put coal into those other ones. Cool. All right. Sorry, I just have to think these out a little bit sometimes, and I'm not the best at it, as you can absolutely tell, but I'm very happy to have a chance to just play and kind of try to see if we can do anything different with our setups here. All right, so I got that. Now it's going to come over and go up. And I need these guys to get out of my way. Oh, I fed that into the wrong spot for sure. My bad. It's going to go into this spot. And then we should be able to just feed them into some vaults here. Alright, you guys are just going to be in rebuild mode to help me. That's fine, they are loading up. We're going to get this one coming out here. And then we'll bring it over here and down into there. All right, that looks good. And then we should be able to just have some launch pads with some unloaders all scattered all around this thing. So put one there, one there, and maybe get one there. We'll see. Might be a little much. But all that stuff is feeding in. It's doing what we wanted to do. Like, we have all of it being supported, and I'm real happy with that. All right, so let's see. What else do we need to do? We're probably going to need to establish some spots to send out copper. Some spots to send out thorium. I mean, there's just so much in this world that it has for us. It's kind of awesome. What I might want to do, though, before we really dive too deep into the rabbit hole here, is set up some defenses for these areas, just so that, because we know we're going to be under attack pretty often here. So maybe we can set up some defensive areas here. So we'll do that. This guy's just going to float over. It's going to go down. It's also going to go up. And we're going to put in some specters. Just for funsies. I like that this thing is still gathering up. Like, it's on the plus and minus end of things. Like, it has 100 items, and when they launch, the numbers go down, but not too quickly. What are we waiting on? What do we not have? Don't have copper. Okay. Hey guys, go mine. Yeah, I didn't think about copper going into the core because we don't really need a lot of it, but looks like we're going to need more of it than what I thought, so we'll make sure we get that taken care of. We're probably going to have another belt of it over here, maybe? Get water on it. Let's see, how does that look? Oh, I need to, finish the rest of the pathway. And I might just bring this down to avoid any potential problems with that. Why don't we have the bridge there? I can't build a bridge there? Too far? Okay. Oh God. There we go. Okay, that should at least get copper going to us, but look at that. Like, just a little bit of time, we got lots of copper coming to us. Power looks like it's a problem, so we're going to address that here in a moment. Alright, so let's go up here and address our power situation. We'll get an unloader in there. We can get some RTD generators. Get all of that established. We don't need one for that bottom one because it's already taken care of. And here comes our crew. Called them in to help me out. There we go. Once these get up online, power is back through the roof. Well, it's not crazy, but it's enough to sustain us for a bit more here. I love this area. We're probably going to need to expand this out more. So that one should be sand. Bring that down a little bit more. Bring that guy up. Put a junction in there. And then this one is going to get... We can distribute all of that stuff, and that should do it equally, I think. Alright, so that's all going in. We have our items loading up. Power-wise, we're fluctuating greatly, which is a concern. So let's go out somewhere that's more safe, I guess. Like all the way up here, where we have stupid numbers of RT generators, and we'll make more. There we go. Again, back on the plus side of power is where we need to be. I don't think we're using up too much other stuff to be a concern. All right, so our copper is doing its thing. Lead is doing its thing. We have metaglass. We have tons of graphite. We have sand for some reason. All right, we're doing fine. I'm relatively happy with where we're at here. We just have a ton of phase that needs to go somewhere, a ton of plastium, and a little bit of surge. Let's take a look here, because there is oil. Where was that oil at? I think it's up here on the right. There it is. Okay, so we have that. Let's take a look and see what we have. We have the plastium compressor, which is just oil and titanium. We have both those resources in excess here. So I think we're going to be good on getting that set up. So let's go set up some factories for that stuff, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. So we're going to set up 2 of them there. Get some water for them. We'll do something like that. And I've gotten very vault happy. Is that a good or a bad thing? I really, really, really like using vaults. Just a good place to store stuff and have it be known what it is, and kind of, I don't know, I just really, really like vaults all of a sudden. Some of you guys have turned me on to the vault uses here. So we got that. All right, we're gonna need to run some power out because we need to get some pumps in there that are not water pumps, but better pumps. All right, just taking a look here. That entire thing is covered up. Okay, now we're gonna go in and get our impulse pump set up. We can supply 118 units of oil per second. That's a lot of oil, especially when considering the plastium compressor only needs 15. So 118, that's 15, 30, 60, 90. So we can get 7 of those in there. Does that work out? All right, I'm not going to do 7, but let's see if we can figure out a good way to do this. So what I'm thinking, and tell me how wrong I am, I'm thinking we can try to put it onto a liquid tank and then have that stuff be shipped in to that tank, like so. So that is now flowing in there. It's going at roughly the speed it needs to. We're under attack? Oh, crap. Okay. So this might change how we do some of this here in just a little bit. But let's go in and just do some basic work. Basically need to make sure that we're okay against any of those potential issues. And I think I should probably throw some segments around. And how are we doing power-wise? Because that's going to determine a couple. We have enough power to do a couple of fun things. All right, so let's go ahead and get our force projector set up here. Okay, I'm happy with that. We'll see what happens here. Power-wise, we're barely making it. Of course. Nope, there's a Guardian approaching in 5. Awesome. Just awesome. Good times. Good times. I'm amazed they made it that far. That's not a good sign for us. How are we not more effective against them? Okay. So we need to really change the game here. So let's get some parallaxes to pull those guys away from... Well, let's do a couple things. One, is it ripples that are air-based? No, those are ground targets. Cyclones, that's what they were. Okay. Although we don't have a lot of the stuff we need for that. Okay. So we're going to put a pause on that. Let's go in and build some more specters. Why are we down so much power? Why? Oh, God, help us. Okay, we still have real lack of power. That is a massive concern for us. And we also... Oh, goodness. I was not expecting to have to deal with this. That's a problem. Where can I build this that makes sense? Alright, we're going to get rid of this for real fast. Put in a higher capacity one. Alright, these are just going to go straight that way. Power-wise, we're going to get steam generators, because I just need quick power right now. Just get water for all of them. There we go. Power should slowly be returning. Alright, and then we need some real defenses this far back. Holy crap. Goodness gracious. They are really targeting specific things. Holy crap. No wonder our power production's down. We have tons of stuff that isn't producing. And why are these guys not being more effective? Holy crap. This is a lot. They really dislike our batteries. Guys, we need to defend the core. And we have a guardian approaching. We're so screwed. Oh my goodness. This went from being nice, relaxing, nothing big deal, to everything is awful. We need to get this online. That needs to be running so that we have... We don't even have time to fix things when they're broken. Come on, build it, build it, build it, build it, build it. Alright, what I need to do right now is go over to our depot and have all that being sent out to Sector 229. It says we're going to survive, but what's going to be left when we do is the question. Alright, we got the Guardians coming in. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. My goodness gracious. The core's under attack. Oh my gosh. We lost. It said we were supposed to be okay. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to have to come back to 229 and reset up our factories and reestablish everything, but goodness gracious. That was a lot. So, I'll see you next time, folks. That was not what I expected, but we'll get there. 229 will be ours again at some point. We know it's there, we need to reestablish it, and then we can hopefully attack these two bases here. But we'll figure that out down the road. Folks, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in another one. Bye-bye.